Hello students. Yesterday we discussed about three forms of water, that is solid, liquid and gas. Such three forms of water transform from solid into liquid and from liquid into gas. This transformation of forms of water is because of change in the temperature of that water. And today, that change which we observed yesterday is because of the change in the temperature of that particular form of water. For example, if we consider the melting point of ice, actually, what is the meaning of melting? Melting means when solid form of water get converted into liquid form, that process is called as melting of ice. And such melting of ice takes place at about 0 degrees Celsius. Means the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Actually, at the same temperature, water get freezes. Water get freezes, and the same 0 degrees Celsius is also called as freezing point of water. Means the melting and freezing point of water is about 0 degrees Celsius. Now if we move towards the boiling of water, means if we continuously supply heat to the water and the temperature of water raises from 0 degree up to 100 degrees Celsius, and after reaching 100 degrees Celsius the water starts to boil. Such boiling of water at 100 degrees Celsius is called as boiling point of water. The temperature at which water starts to boil is called boiling point. The temperature at which solid form of water starts to melt is called melting point. The temperature at which water starts to freeze is called freezing point. And whenever we see that water in open places comes in contact with sunlight, whatever sunlight falls on the water, that sunlight is responsible for the process of evaporation. Means evaporation can take place between 0 degree to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, and boiling of water takes place at only 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, now we will move towards water cycle. Water cycle is the important process, natural phenomenon necessary for the cycling of water. We will learn that what is water cycle exactly. We know that sun is the only star in our solar system, and it is the source, ultimate source, the only source of energy for earth. So whatever sunlight reaches the earth, that sunlight whenever falls on the surface of different water bodies, that water bodies may contain rivers, may contain lakes, oceans, ponds, etc. So whatever sunlight falls on the water bodies, that water starts to get heat up. Heat up means its temperature may vary between 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. It may be 10 degree, it may be 15 degree, it may be 20 degree, it may be 35 degree Celsius. Whatever be the temperature between 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius, that temperature is responsible for heating the water bodies, and after heating the water starts to evaporate, means it get converted from liquid form of water into water vapor. These water vapors are actually light in nature. They are very light. That is why they move in upward direction, and it is in gaseous form. So gas flows from one place to another place. So as it is lighter, it moves in upward direction. Whatever water vapor, gaseous water vapor formed during the process of evaporation, these water vapors move in upward direction and they forms cloud. This formation of cloud means whatever vapors moves in upward direction, that vapor get collected in particular air, and whenever that water vapors comes together, they form a structure. That structure is called as cloud. And these clouds, with the flow of wind, moves from one place to another place. While moving from one place to another place, whenever a cool air touches the clouds which contain water vapor, that cool air turns that water vapor into the liquid droplets. Means condensation of water vapor takes place. Yesterday we discussed that condensation is the process in which vapor form of water get converted into liquid form of water. When condensation of water vapors in cloud takes place, that vapor get turns into either liquid form or snow form or hail form. Means three kinds of precipitation occur. Whenever waters comes down towards the earth due to heavy water particle, it may come into the form of rain or in the form of snow or in the form of hail. This falling down of water in the form of rain, snow and hail is called as a precipitation. Precipitation can take place in the form of rain, in the form of snow, in the form of hail. Snow are very tiny, small sized water particles, crystals, which when come down towards earth we call it as a snow. Hail is hard solid particles which comes very fast towards the gravity of earth. That is why it is called as hail. So this phenomenon of evaporation, condensation, precipitation togetherly forms water cycle. And if we have to define the water cycle, we can say that the constant circular movement of water in nature is called as water cycle. Constant circular movement means, suppose this is the place where water is collected in the form of river, lake, ocean. This collected water, when get heated due to sunlight, it performs the process of evaporation, and after evaporation cloud get formed. These clouds are carried away with the help of flow of wind, and when these clouds comes in contact of cool air, that cool breeze or cool air transform water vapor into liquid form. This process is condensation, and when condensation takes place, simultaneously precipitation of rain, snow or hail takes place, and whatever water comes down, that water from the slopy region, it get collected in the plain area, and again this water perform evaporation, condensation and precipitation. This constant circular movement of water in our nature is called as water cycle. And whatever rainwater comes down towards earth, that water starts to sink through the layers of soil, means it start to go deep through the soil particles, and it is stored under the ground. This water which sinks through the soil particle and get stored deeply under the ground is called as groundwater. This groundwater is very important source of human, because we know that whatever sources today we use for getting water is from groundwater, because groundwater help us through the wells, through tube wells. We get water, groundwater from with the help of wells, tube wells, then hand pumps are there. Such kind of sources are necessary for obtaining groundwater. So what is groundwater then? Groundwater restoration. Groundwater restoration is also called as groundwater recharge. Means whenever groundwater level decreases, we need to restore it timely, time to time. We need to recharge, we need to fill up the level of water inside the ground, and this groundwater can be restored, recharged only when that water get seep through open and uncovered areas. Open and uncovered areas means open gardens, lawns, farm field, where that water can easily seep through the uncovered areas, means it cannot float on the surface, it may go seep and reach the ground level. That reaching or seepage of water through open uncovered areas is called as groundwater restoration, recharge. And this groundwater restoration can take place with the help of soak pits, ponds, lakes, tree plantation, which help to recharge the groundwater level. And if we recharge this groundwater level, that groundwater may be useful for human through dig wells, bore wells, tube wells or hand pumps. Now, what is surface water? Surface water is the water which is present on surface of earth in the form of ponds, lakes, rivers. Actually, rivers are the important source of surface water, because we know that rivers originate from mountainous region. If we think the rivers present in Indian continent, we see many rivers flows in western part of India, many rivers flows towards eastern parts of India. So that is how rivers are divided into two types, that is eastern flowing rivers and western flowing rivers. So if I draw here one thing, that west part of India is connected to Arabian Sea and east part of India is connected to Bay of Bengal. So many rivers that originated in northern part of India, north part of India, that rivers flows in both western and eastern part and drain into the Arabian Sea or Bay of Bengal. So only two rivers are there in India called Narmada and Tapi. These two rivers moves towards the western region and it drains into Arabian Sea. Only two rivers. Some small rivers are also there, but major rivers include Narmada and Tapi, which drains into the Arabian Sea. Now if we think about the eastern flowing rivers, it contains Ganga, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, etc. So many rivers flow towards eastern region and drain into the Bay of Bengal. But all rivers except Luni River. Luni River is the river which originates into the Arvali range of Rajasthan. This Luni River actually comes from the Arvali hill range which is present in Rajasthan, and that Luni River do not go either into western region or eastern region. It just go into the marshy land of Rann of Kutch in Gujarat. It drains into Rann of Kutch, and this Rann of Kutch is located in Gujarat. Means Luni River is the river which originate in land area and also drain into land area. It never moves into the sea area. This is the exceptional case important for examination. And we know that water flow, water stop or water curve, water changes its direction. Sometimes water stop, sometimes water continuously flow. And this flow of water, stoppage of water or changing direction of water depends on the shape of land through which that river passes. And this flow of water can also responsible for the change in shape of land. Means due to flow of river, some places changed its shape because of the superflow of water, fastest flow of water. Some shapes of land get changes, and this is what surface water play very crucial role in water cycle as well as considering the essence of life. Thank you. Please share, like and subscribe.